Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So here we see the great mystic opulence of Kardama Muni. So what is being described is that after Kardama Muni left his home, leaving behind his wife Devahuti in that palace, Kardama Muni, he left so that he can totally now concentrate his balanced life on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, meditating on Him. Mother Devahuti, on the other hand, she was left back behind in that palace. And she was also equally advanced in spiritual life. She had practiced austerities earlier in satisfying Kardama Muni, carrying out her household duties. Later on, by the mystic power of Kardama Muni, a great facility was created by Kardama Muni. And after that, Kardama Muni left, and now Devahuti is left behind in the palace. And once again, she started practicing austerities. So this is very important. We can see different circumstances changed, but their goal in life did not change. Neither Kardama Munis nor Devahuti. Sometimes we find devotees come in Krishna consciousness due to certain circumstances. Just like we find in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that Chatur Vidha Bhajante Ma. 4 kinds of people. Somebody is in need of money, artha, artharthi. Somebody is distressed. Somebody is jignasu, inquisitive. And somebody may have gained some understanding and knowledge. Krishna describes all of them as udar, broad-minded, because they have approached the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When one is not pious and he is in need of money, he may not approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. An impious man who does not have the credit of piety in his life, he will have his own means to get money by cheating, by hook and crook. He will get money. Why I should approach Supreme Lord? So they are crippled-minded. Whereas these personalities, Even though they have different motives, they are being described as udara. But then, if one does not take to devotional service with seriousness, then these different people, when their wants are satisfied, may leave devotional service. Somebody who is in want of money may take to Krishna consciousness, and he practices for some time. And because devotional service is so powerful, that automatically the material needs are taken care of. It is satisfied. The Lord provides. And when one now is in good position, then he feels, I do not require Krishna consciousness. I have attained whatever it was required. I was poverty stricken, struggling for money, looking here and there, working, endeavoring so hard. And now I have everything. Money is there, house is there, everything is there. So one may give up Krishna consciousness and become attached only to those external situations which he has gained as a result of devotional service, and which are not the real fruits of devotional life. So there is a chance. Whereas, if one has taken to devotional service seriously, his desires will get fulfilled, and at the same time, his heart will be purified. See? So, very important thing is to understand that actually devotional service is very potent. Devotional service can give us something much more valuable than what we even desire. Just like we find the example of Dhruva. Later on he repents and he says, Kachan vichin van api divya ratnam. I have obtained very valuable gem. I was actually searching for glass pieces. So if one is serious in Krishna consciousness, if he takes the process seriously, one will become purified and he will repent his material desires. This Sunday I was giving the class and I was explaining about prayers of Prahlad Maharaj, wherein he is praying to Lord Narasimha that kindly become fully manifest in my heart. And just like you have appeared to kill this Asura, Hiranyakashipu, similarly, please completely vanquish the Asuric desires to be happy in this material world by doing different kinds of fruitive material activities. That means actually these fruitive desires They are like asura. And if they are not vanquished from our heart, actually our life will be miserable. Prabhupada gives an example. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is saying, Jiva jago, Gaura Chander bole. Koto nidra jao maya, pishachira kole. You are sleeping on the lap of witch. You see, we are not understanding that actually we are in ignorance in sleeping condition. So imagine if somebody is not alert and he is in the hand of a witch, what will be his destination? So similarly, why these tendencies are called asuric? Because eventually they will only give us bondage in this material world. Just like Narottam Das Thakur describes these material desires as visha. It is deadly poison. So you can imagine, even little poison, we are so alert that cockroach, some spray we have, it says danger, keep out of reach of children. It is not very deadly poison, but still we are very careful. And you can imagine the desires, the material desires to enjoy in this material world, they are deadly poison. They are described as deadly poison. And we are embracing those material desires happily, knowingly drinking poison, isn't it? So, it is very important that we take Krishna consciousness seriously. Otherwise, situations will change, and in different situations we get carried away. Just like, suppose someone is not very serious in Krishna consciousness, and he has come out of distress from the material world. And when, after taking to devotional service, there is no doubt, his material situations will change. And he finds he is in a very better position. And he does not have all those kinds of distress which he was undergoing earlier. So one may get carried away by those situations and give up devotional service. So we find sometimes in devotees' life also such accidents happen. Someone gets carried away by lust. Someone else gets carried away by better situation he has obtained. Maya has varieties of ways to check our determination and carry us away. Here we can learn from these two great personalities. They were oblivious to externals altogether. They were not at all concerned, not attached, not bewildered by various external situations, because internally they were so strong in their determination in Krishna consciousness. Imagine, Kardama Muni created a great palace, envied by the Devatas. It is said here. It's a flying city. It's a palace which can go anywhere. It can go to heavenly planets. It can travel from one planet to another. Such a gorgeous arrangement. But when time came, immediately he gave it up, went away. You see? Are we in that situation? Don't we become attached to facilities? See, when facility was available, he was still Krishna conscious. When facilities were not available, he was still Krishna conscious. Because those facilities were never utilized for sense gratification. If this principle we remember, the situations may change. Our determination to practice Krishna consciousness will not change. Otherwise, it's a fact. We always desire comfortable situation, not understanding that actually comfortable situation is not favorable to devotional service. Comfortable situation is not favorable to devotional service. It is unfavorable. We should accept them as much it is required, not more than that at all. See, if you read the previous purport, Prabhupada talks about this. Sleeping too much, eating too much, and living in comfortable life, they are unfavorable to devotional service. So I'll read that. See, Prabhupada is saying about how she practiced austerities. Everything is there. Maid servants are there, food is available, plenty of food is available, everything is available. But she is practicing austerity. See? But since she had learned austerity even in the presence of her husband, there was no difficulty for her to be austere. This is very important. If we don't learn to practice austerities, we will be bewildered by various circumstances. Sometimes there is a possibility that we come from such circumstances where we have lived in a house of 10 by 10 and struggling, our parents were struggling to meet the ends, and we have come to Krishna consciousness, and then now we become relaxed, situated in such comfortable position. Isn't it? That we don't practice austerity. then in such circumstances the Lord is very kind to the devotee. He does not want that his devotee gets carried away. The Lord may take away that comfortable situation. Before the Lord takes away that comfortable situation, better we become detached to that so-called comfortable situation. Just like we find the example of the sons of Kuvera. What to do? They had riches, they had everything, but instead of understanding that they have obtained all these by the mercy of the Lord, they utilize them to forget the Supreme Lord. You see. So Narad Muni considered that actually this is not good for them. Isn't it? Let them practice austerity which is bestowed on them, because voluntarily they are not practicing. See? If money is taken away, where he will enjoy senses? When money is not there, when he is not in that position where he can lavishly throw money and enjoy men, women, wine, when that money is taken away, where is that position? So, austerity he has to practice in that situation, and austerity is required. Either willingly or forced austerity, it will be beneficial. So Narada had to force austerity on them, because otherwise it is not good for them. So we should be beware. If I am taking my life like this, I come for Mangalarti, I don't come for Mangalarti, nobody will care. What is there? I attend program, I don't attend program, does not matter. We take it very lightly. Isn't it? So what will happen? The Lord will take away that comfortable situation. Because Lord is very kind. That is also for our good. And then when we get penalized, when we get tormented in the material situation, then we will come to our senses. Arey Baba, I was in such a comfortable situation to practice Krishna consciousness. I never understood the value of it, did not use it to advance in Krishna consciousness. Isn't it? So we should understand. So, this is a very important thing which we can learn. How circumstances will change in our life. Our determination to practice Krishna consciousness should not change because of the circumstances. So, she had practiced. That is what is being said. So, it was not at all difficult. Not that everything is there. It is just like you are having a plate of nice food stuff. Is it easy? No. This nice food stuff I don't want. I will take only 2 chapatis. No. You will find the moment there is feast prepared, devotees will be only in and out of APH. Is it not a fact? So we should think, where is the austerity? After some time, see, when we are Neophytes in Krishna consciousness, it may be advisable you eat lot of good foodstuffs. You eat up to your, up to your belly is filled. Because at that time, we are having so much attachment to eating bhoga that it may be required that you stuff yourself with at least Krishna Prasadam, tasty Krishna Prasadam. But after few years of understanding, one should not be so greedy after the prasadam, because that is an enjoying tendency. Prasadam needs to be honored, not enjoyed. That we do not understand. Are we in that position? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is taking the morsel from the hands of Raghunath Das and eating. And Prabhupada is saying, yes, prasadam is prasadam, even if it is taken out from garbage. Are we in position that we can wash the rice which has gone away in the drain and partake and relish that prasadam? That is called honoring of prasadam. So, these things we should understand. Some austerity is required. Otherwise, what is the meaning of devotional life? Prabhupada is saying not only for Hatha Yoga, do not think it's only for Dhyana Yoga, austerity is required. Devotee means no problem. Austerity is required for everything. I'll read this, very interesting. Since she had learned austerity even in the presence of her husband, there was no difficulty for her to be austere. Still, because her body underwent severe austerities after the departure of her husband and son, she became thin. To be too fat is not very good for spiritually advanced life. So sometimes we eat so much, you can find devotees are not able to even dance. Body has become so heavy. See? You cannot nicely dance and enjoy kirtan. Prabhupada is saying, why? What is the result of the result? It is because of eating too much, more than required. And if you eat more than required, you will sleep more than required. It's a fact. You can test this. You take little in the night, you will be the first one to get up and come for Mangalarati. And if you take full belly, then it will be difficult even to come for Darshanarati. You will be sleeping even when Darshanaratis will be going on. Is it not a fact? So why we should not become conscious of all these things? Devotional service, you should not take it as transcendental. Anything, let it happen, I'll chant Hare Krishna. Because you will not be able to chant Hare Krishna properly. There is no doubt if you chant Hare Krishna properly, you will become transcendental. But our body is not transcendental, our mind is not transcendental. You have to make those things favorable to chant nicely. If we are dozing, if we are sleeping, where is the chanting? Where is the quality of chanting? Isn't it? So, Prabhupada is saying, rather, one should reduce, because if one becomes fat, it is an impediment to progress in spiritual understanding. One should be careful not to eat too much, sleep too much, or remain in comfortable position. We want to remain in our comfortable position. Sometimes you find this, isn't it? When I ask some devotee, what happened? Why you have not gone out today for preaching? Today no vehicle available. What is this? So no vehicle available, you will not go out? What will you do? Eat and sleep? Take little austerity. Why we have become so complacent, dependent? Isn't it? Imagine, you should think like this. If you have to go to your house, today we have seen people who want to travel to Kumbh Mela. They are ready. Will travel by vehicle. Generally they will not travel. Generally you will find, do you find people traveling by vehicle from here to Allahabad? They will not travel. They will go by train comfortably, they will go by plane. But see, when something important is there, they are ready to take austerity. Parvaila. We'll go. We'll go by traveling, no problem. No place to stay. You will find big people. One of our donor engineer called me, Prabhuji, Dharmshala mil jayegi to kafi. See? He's an engineer. If availability is there, he can stay in 3-star at least hotel and go. But he is ready to take austerity. Because they have understood something. Oh, of course, it's all in their conception. After 144 years, I may not get this chance to go to Kumbh Mela. Does not matter, even if not comfortable, uncomfortable, sleeping, no sleeping, I will somehow go there and take my bath. Where? That urgency, where are we at? Okay, today vehicle is not there, does not matter. Let me take from outside. Let me go to Navnagar. Take some auto and go outside for preaching. Or what does it matter? So many days I have travelled in car. One day I cannot travel in bus. Let me go. Let me take a bus to station. From there I will do some padyatra. Why have we become so complacent? So attached to the facility, little changes in the circumstances we cannot do. Is it required? We should think. These facilities are given for propagation of Krishna consciousness, not to become attached to the facilities. You can see here the example. Even when facility is available, she is doing austerity. Even when facility is available, Kardama Muni has given up that facility. I don't require. Because he was never attached to the facility. This should be our determination. Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada says, it is not some dugdugi. Don't take it cheaply like a dugdugi. Child will also, they will do dug. It is not like that. One has to take it seriously. One has to see whether he is advancing in Krishna consciousness. Today we were reading, Prabhupada is saying, Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana sarve gune tatra samasate suraha. Devotee will develop that kindness. Prabhupada is saying, why should I kill an animal? He should test whether he is developing these qualities of a devotee or not. That is the meaning of practicing devotional service. So, we can see here that Kardama Muni created such a great facility, envied even by devatas, but none of them are attached. Neither Kardama Muni is attached, neither Devahuti is attached. We can see by their example. And devatas, even they are envy, because they are still in material consciousness. They are still thinking, oh, we have come to the heavenly planets. We can travel, with our vimanas, but this vimana, my God, What kind of Vimana, Kardama Muni has created? Even they are envying that. So, devotee of course understands that all these different kinds of facilities one may attain in the course of his practice of devotional service, they're all given by the Lord. He is never attached to them. His only attachment is serving the Lord, going back to Godhead. So these all other processes we find. Like Prabhupada gives the example, he says by karma yoga or by karma kanda, following the karma kanda portion, one can elevate himself to Swarga Loka. By following the process of jnana, one can elevate himself to Brahman. By dhyana, one can gain mystic power, and like Kardama Muni, he can create these kinds of wonderful things like the plane, which does not require any kind of material, fuel, all those things. Huge big city, he was able to float in the sky. But it's only by devotional service one can completely transcend the material atmosphere altogether and go back to Godhead. So, for a devotee, the Lord may give mystic power or may give some other powers, money power, political power, different kinds of position power, different kinds of powers the Lord can give. But if a devotee is not mature in handling these different kinds of powers given to him, he is sure to fall down. So, we have to take the path taken by the 6 Goswamis. They showed us that nothing is there in all these material things. Tyaktva turnam ashesha mandalapati. They gave up all these big positions, that actually there is nothing in these big positions. And when the chance came, they built a big temple, Madan Mohan temple, Govindji temple. But for glorification of the Lord, they were still austere. Still they would stay only one night under the tree. You see. But Prabhupada being merciful, we built huge temple for the Lord, and the servant of the Lord, Prabhupada, said, okay, they can also utilize this facility, but not to become attached. Isn't it? We may not be able to practice austerity like Rupa Goswami one night under one tree. Isn't it? But at least we should understand the principle of austerity is never lost, whether facilities are there or not there. So those things, if we keep in mind, then these different, Krishna will give unlimited facilities, unlimited, because now Krishna is assured the devotee will not get carried away. Otherwise the Lord will restrict. Why I should give? Isn't it? If somebody has surrendered to the Lord and he is asking, I want poison, will a sane man give poison? This verse appears in Chaitanya Charitamrita. He is asking, I want to enjoy material life. Will Krishna give? Krishna will not give. Rather, he will take away. You see? And that is the mercy of the Lord. So, we should slowly become mature in Krishna consciousness, and be always alert in spiritual life, not to get carried away by the different kinds of, because what advancement we have seen is nothing practically. You will find how material world will advance more and more and more. Kali Yuga has only started unfolding little bit. You see, we have now become attached to phones. We can try whether 2 days, if there is no phone for a devotee, isn't it? So of course, if it is for Krishna's service, it is different. Isn't it? That is how we have to understand. What is there in all these things? Technology is going to advance much further. Somebody had sent one message that the smartphones, very soon it will be out. Elon Musk, he is developing something. You can just wear one glasses, special glasses will come, and everything will be available. All Google, whatever you want in your screen, you will be able to see. You will not require to hold in your hand anything. So many more things are yet to come. Should we get bewildered? All these things, that is what we should see. We just make the best of the bad bargain. These are all bad bargain actually. Worst bargains. Isn't it? Is it very good? Internet is very good. Internet can be utilized. You can download nice Krishna stories, you can download nice Prabhupada's lectures. Very good. Best use of that bad bargain. But it is also worst. You can go to such sites, you don't require to go to illicit sex. You don't require to go. Everything you can get on your phone. You can visit all kinds of dirty sites. So it's worst actually. See, the technology is advancing in the worst form. Should we become attached to all these things? That is what devotees should think. Our principle of austerity should never be lost. Advancement may happen, this thing. Okay, we'll utilize if it is required in the service of the Lord. So we'll stop with this Granth Raj, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.